Let's see if we put it in. I think that's it. My notifications go out. Let's go. It's early. All right. Let me stop playing with you guys this morning. I'm on the screen. Eh, eh. Blessings, grand risings. Welcome to Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. It is early in the morning. So instead of me making a post this morning, I said, well, let's just do a quick live because I want to, share the juice with you guys instead of just everybody. Let's go live. So I happened to wake up today after last night live. Y'all know it was a long live. I actually watched Alexis' video till I went to sleep on rerun. And I woke up with dry tears in my eye. I don't know, y'all, but God be the glory. We're going to keep on fighting. Shout out to my baby girl. Shout out to Miss Alexis. But I'm here for it. So then I prayed. I got on my knees and I prayed and I thank God. And I went and opened Facebook and look what I found. I said, let's get it. Miss Cassandra said, I'm sick of y'all. Let's see what she's sick of. Do she have right? And what is she talking about this morning? Let's hit it. You know what we do here. We're going to keep y'all up to date on trending news and what's going on in Dolton. So let's watch this together and see why Miss Cassandra is talking heavy this morning. Let's go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. I said, let me do this live while I'm en route to where I have to go this
Good morning,
morning.
family.
And
Good morning.
want to come and talk about situations and stuff that's going on in the village. So, okay, I get phone calls yesterday. I'm getting phone calls left and right from people leaving messages, asking questions, with their concerns about things that's going on in the village. And people, here is where I am at with this. When I had my head in the race for mayor, you guys voted otherwise. So since you voted otherwise, I will not step in the way of your elected officials.
My baby's salty. I just gotta say it, Cassandra. You sound a little salty. Let's watch it. She like, I'm not about to play with y'all.
You guys are going to have to go to these meetings. You guys are going to have to ask them the questions that you are asking me. I am not your mayor. You did not elect me as your mayor. So therefore, your concerns and no harsh feelings are not my concerns. So whatever issues that you
Now
guys have,
we just go. I'm gonna give y'all the whole video to watch. It's 22 minutes, but y'all know I'm gonna have to say what I had to say. And this was one of the issues, Miss Cassandra. You know I love you, girl, but I it kills me when people sectionate themselves and be like, "Well, your concern is not my concern. If it don't have nothing to do with me, oh well." A lot of people in Dolton and Thornton is like that. That's why the corruption continues. Y'all pick and choose what has to do with you and don't. If you're a Dalton resident and you really care about the Dalton residents, you should still care. Because Danash is not sounding as bitter as you, baby. I love you, Cassandra, but you're going to have to knock it the hell off, girl.
You guys are going to have to take this up at the meetings when they have the monthly meetings. You're going to have to go ask your trustees. You're going to have to go ask your mayor. All of that good stuff, the questions that you're asking me, because
I just want to clarify because this is cancel culture in Dalton. And once I say I love Cassandra, oh, she's a Cassandra, she's this. Y'all, if y'all didn't get to know Grace Levi, I love everybody. I really do until you prove that I can't love you. I really do. I do. Even the people who don't deserve the love, I still got love for them. I may not want to have nothing to do with their asses, but I still love. That's what Jesus Christ told us to do. Okay? So that's what I say. I love her and I love all the Dalton residents, even the ones that don't behave properly.
I don't have any answers for you, and I don't care to have any answers for you. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, the village of Dolton is no longer my concern or my issue. Now, yesterday, there was an incident where there was a new neighbors that moved in. And the neighbors have
Speed this up.
this huge pit bull that they let freely walk around. Now, I saw the guy literally let the dog out the house, and he goes in the house, and he looks back at the dog, and he tells the dog, stay, sit. Now, anybody in their right mind in common sense know that if you leave a dog outside, they're not just going to sit in the yard, they're going to roam around. Now, I'm watching as neighbors come in, I'm watching as people come in, or go in and out, going back and forth as far as in their cars or going in the house and whatnot. I'm watching this dog like literally chase people down, like in straight attack mode. So certain neighbors that I know,
I'm not laughing because I remember going through that in Jersey. I told y'all about my grandma's story. My uncle reminded me where she allegedly poisoned dogs because they were taking over the streets. So, we've been talking about this issue as well, highlighting that Miss Trina was bringing this up, showing us dead dogs showing up. And I'm like, yo, these people pretty sick of it. You don't have animal control and someone is taking it in their own hands. I do have another anonymous resident that talks to me about what they see, and it's confirmed. It's confirmed. And then you have on top of these abandoned houses, these dogs are just all over the place, creating this smell and this stench on top of the abandoned houses and stuff. So yeah, let's just keep listening. But what's surprising to me is why people going to Cassandra. Why are you going to her? And I want to have to say it's two factors to this because I understand in a way because even though I'm not the most liked or the well sorted on this YouTube street, I have people come to me and tell me stuff because they know that I will come out and say it unbiasedly and they don't want to be part of the bullshit because, So I can understand to a certain extent why people will go to her. I'm like, yo, you got house in there. They are inviting you to come to teas with the trustees, but there's still an undertone of a clicky groupie thing. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think that house represents that clicky groupie thing. To the Dalton residents, I really do think that you can talk to house one-on-one. If you're feeling that tone of like it's still a groupie thing, if you say something, they're going to attack you. I really don't believe that house is like that. And I keep stressing him. So I think y'all need to make direct contact with him and maybe y'all can make a little bit more footage. You see what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. But I can understand why people go on to her a little bit like, girl. But she like, y'all ain't vote for me. Leave me alone.
And I understand everybody is not going to be for you. I knew some were going to vote for me and some voted for House. But here's my thing and here's my philosophy. If you voted for the other candidate, you don't get to call me, my phone, and bog me down with your issues and your concerns. You get to call your elected official. So everybody's calling me about the dogs. People are sending me pictures about certain houses on their blocks, asking me if I would post the pictures of the house or do a video concerning these houses because they want to know what is going to happen with these houses What's going to happen with the issues with the dogs and things running loose? And I'm like, this is my response and my answer. Call your elected officials. These are the people that you pay to sit in office. These are the people that you pay to correct the problems and correct the situations. This is no longer an issue for me or no longer my concern.
Now, this is where you lose me, boo. This where you lose me because you're part of the residents. And I did see a video that she posted the other day. Basically she did a house tour of one of her flip properties. As y'all try to say she's a failed realtor, and I don't think so. That's why I respect. I honestly think she's doing her thing. You know, especially with this militant ass attitude. She don't fucking play. Like, oh, just get out of her way. Like, huh? She remind me of my mama because my grandma, my mama, like they just get out of their way. So that's why I do think she's successful in some aspects. But since you were just flipping a house, how can't you not help the residents understand what's happening? How can't you not work together with the residents and possibly build a coalition around getting these houses together? This is what you ran on, kinda, possibly at the last minute. I'm just being honest. Now you looking like a hypocrite, Cassandra. You making it worse. And I love you, girl, but you should definitely continue to move forward with your ambitions, because if you were going as far as trying to be mayor and you do have skills, as I mentioned, that you know Dalton and Thornton need skilled individuals in different fields to help pull other people up. I don't like the fact that you keep saying it's not your problem. It is your problem, because more dogs, the more things that go on in Dolton, you can't sell that beautiful ass property that you got. The interview that she did, the professional interview, I was looking, I said, I think she did that professional interview in that flip house, which is understandable, which is respectful. And that's showing you that she's doing her thing. But it's the mindset for me. And that's where you lost me, Miss Cassandra. So I got to send this to you and we're going to put it out in the streets. You could have been a good candidate, or at least a run for the money, if one, you had a plan. And that plan could consist on your strength. And that is building businesses and flipping homes. Possibly your catering service could have played a part, but you didn't market none of that. You did a lot of your feelings, and that's where you fucked up at. And I got to be real. It is real. Like, so please, guys, this is my little message to Cassandra. I can text her and tell her, but real, you ain't gonna never listen to my black ass anyway. I tried. I tried. I way before all this, I told you, I talked to her about her mannerism, the focus of our objective. She did not want to hear it. But this right here, I'm just gonna have to clown you a little bit and just be real. Okay? I am. If you're gonna step up and do something, you're gonna do it, no matter what the fuck the people feel. You see what I'm going through. Let's go.
And I'm just being honest with you all. And I don't give a flying cahoots how anybody feels about it. I'm a resident.
She don't play that shit.
Working, doing what I do, minding my business. Like I said, I threw my head in the race to try to help the people in the village. You all didn't want the help. So deal with your choice. Because you guys got to stop making these choices, and then they don't live up to your expectations, and now you back mad at the world again. So no, baby, you're going to have to deal with your choices. But anyway, get back to the story with the dog. Now I'm watching this dog literally chase neighbors down. And so I called the police. I said, all right, let me call the police department and have them to go give the neighbor a warning and let them know, or either give them a citation and let them know that you cannot have this dog running loose. I called the police department. And the dispatcher tells me, oh, well, the Dalton police, you know, they're understaffed and they got other more major issues that they have to deal with. What's more major than a damn dog mauling a human being to death? So I call back again.
And I gotta stop. That's what I was highlighting. They're understaffed. All the things that we do talk about, one of the things I didn't highlight is that they're understaffed. And I know many police stations in under Thornton Township that's understaffed. Highlighting one of them where my favorite officer is at, and literally it seemed like it's 5 of them. Like, what the fuck? With 3 cars rotating, 2 of the cars sirens don't work. Sirens don't work. The police is dealing with a bad situation as well, and they're not dog catchers. They're not dog catchers. On that list that I showed you guys yesterday, that treasury list, actually one of the vendors here is Harvey Sibley Animal Hospital. So let me just show y'all, because y'all know I got the receipts. That paper that I showed y'all yesterday with Alexis, and when I found the officers, God just gave me that paper. Look at it. Sibley Animal Hospital, $9,970 right here. So y'all have some connection to some animal hospital, something, and y'all either need to utilize y'all resources right or get y'all animal shelter back. This ain't no damn joke with these stray dogs, because you're gonna have people ordering them. You're gonna be finding them poison. Thank God I had to have a talk with Jesus Christ about the cats in my area, because they were about to be poisoned. But I found a better way to deal with it. Let's finish. Listen. Good morning, guys. Thank you for being here with Grace Levi. This is our Improv Live. I ask you to support all my content. You're going to get the same vibe and the same person, no matter what I'm talking about. Let's hear what Miss Cassandra got to say. Go ahead, boo boo. Go ahead, girl.
This is 10, 15 minutes later, and I'm standing here watching this dog just run rampant. And I'm making loud noise, hoping that the neighbor would have enough common sense to come outside and get the dog. Now, the way the fence is made, the dog just walks in and out of the fence. So if you're going to put the dog in the yard, at least put some form of chain or something up, whereas the dog cannot get out of the gate. So I'm watching the dog go in and out the gate, in and out of people's yard, up and down the side of their houses. No. Everybody that gets out of a car or people that walks down the block, the dog is like approaching them and running towards them, charging them. So as I said, I called the police department. They was like, okay, well, we'll get someone to come out. I notice it's 10, 15 minutes later. I call back again. And so
she ain't got no chill. She ain't got no chill. She said 10, 15 minutes later. She aggy. I could be one of those residents. I'll give him a half an hour though. 45 minutes, like nobody showed up. Cause I imagine me getting out my car and some dogs coming, baby. I got it under the seat. No, see, that's what you don't want. You don't want residents having to be vigilant, and just doing their own thing, officer and elected official. Because you got somebody like me. I told y'all the reason why I go the good route, because I used to could go to reckless. I used to be a crash out. Like, if we're going to start, we're going to get to 10. So if that dog coming, pop, 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 you don't want that to happen, guys. Come on.
Well, they're understaffed, which is not my problem. I mean, this is why we pay taxes. Then you hire enough fucking police officers to be able to man whatever it is that you need to man. I don't want to hear about we don't have enough police officers. That is not our problem. This is why we pay taxes.
And we do know her daughter is an officer, so you should be a little bit more nicer. We do know your daughter's an officer, boo. You know it. You said it. You should have a little bit more or call your daughter. Tell her come on over. They're like, hey, come get this dog. Bring the taser. Bring the one that just shoot across the room. Come on.
And then she goes to say, well, they have more important stuff that they have to handle. So I had to say to the lady, I said, listen, and I'm quite sure you know who I am. You recognize my number. You recognize my name. And you know that I just literally ran for mayor. So here's my philosophy. If I don't see a police officer out here on this block within the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to have every fucking news media known to man on this block. And I'll let them videotape the fucking dog eat somebody alive.
Oh, my God.
So because I had to put it in that form, then guess what? Here's the police showing up on the block, knocking on the neighbor's door. And I'm like, and not only give them a warning, hell, be ready to write out a citation. Because you don't allow a freaking pit bull just to be running loose. But then when you got someone like Trina walking around with a golf club because you got fucking pit bulls running loose, then you want to call the woman crazy. Now, I'm literally sitting here watching the dog just run up and down the block, damn nearly trying to maul anybody that they would come in contact with.
Trina ain't playing that.
But this is the type of stuff.
The dogs see Trina, they turn the other fucking way. They like, oh no, bitch. She cray. We ain't about to play with that. Fuck that. I'll turn my ass around too. Like,
so now people want to ask me, well, why don't we have animal control? Well, that's a question for Mr. House, Mrs. Belcher, Mrs. Norwood, Mrs. Roman, Mr. Holmes, and Mr. Brown or Tammy, whatever her name is. That's a question for your elected officials.
And we will link that video that we did months ago on why they lost their license. Okay. They did a few things. Okay. A few stupid things. And that was under Tiffany Tincher. But you have to understand that Tiffany doesn't do everything by herself. So there's people under her that's willing to go with her and even drive the damn vans that didn't have proper insurance or none of that shit. They was involved in the dumb shit too, so they end up losing the license out there, and we'll put the link to the video for you guys so you guys can see that.
See, we got to stop voting people in, and then we're back to business as usual. Now people are asking about the houses. Well, what are they going to do about the houses? Well, hell, I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. I had a solution to fix those houses. You guys didn't want it. You said you wanted Clean House 2025. So here's the thing: stop calling my phone, because
Baby, I'm gonna have to call you out. What was the fucking plan? What was the plan? What was your plan? Because I asked you. I'm calling it out because you be talking shit, and I really fuck with the residents. Excuse my language. I really do. So you got to get it together. You started showing houses towards the end of the election period. After a while, it was weird because you didn't campaign properly. And if it was about houses, you should have an idea. What was the idea? You never told me. I would have loved to hear it. You know, I was ready to brainstorm some shit. You know, I was on level 10 with it when we talked way back. Okay. I didn't see a plan. I did see I ain't gonna agree with the people who hate her and was disrespectful and acting like monsters. But I will say that you were showing the problem, but you were not giving solutions. And that's real.
I don't have answers for you. And hell, listen, that's not my headache. That's not my problem. I am at peace over here. So,
no, you're not.
Listen, if I decide that I want to do a video about the houses, then I'll continue to do videos about the houses. But in the meantime, what you residents need to do, you need to go to the meetings, and you need to have your questions written down, and you need to make these people be held accountable. Now, some of the people that I talk with, I had to ask the question, why did you vote for them? Well, because, and here's the number one thing. Well, they were fighting against Tiffany. They were, and now we want to know, why isn't she in jail? Well, what has she been charged with? This is the question you all have to ask. I said, you all went off of that narrative that
wasn't charged with
trustees and we're just fighting against Tiffany and everything is about Tiffany. And now you guys have real issues and real concerns. So Tiffany is no longer in the picture. Now what?
Yep. That's what I said. Now the smoke is clear. What we gonna do? What we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about the real issues, continue to talk about the real issues and push that narrative. Guys, I want y'all to realize, y'all didn't notice after the election when I started talking, I've been losing a lot of runs. Like, people haven't been clicking on because they're not liking the things that I'm talking about, because I'm not basking in the ambiance of the win. I'm just moving forward. Like, yo, let's get it. This the problem. This is who doing that. And this is why, because there's still issues. Just because you were pursuing Tiffany Hinger doesn't mean that it wasn't a whole network behind this. Like, for example, these houses that sit in there, they should already be considered condemned. But you have inspectors like Alliston Kimberly, allegedly ex-crackhead, allegedly getting close to between $75,000 to $99,000 in a year in 2023. We can show you on that document again. If you missed the video yesterday, I showed it. And you have houses like that. And she's possibly not certified. Oh, we're working on that. I'm still waiting. I have a whole stack, y'all. This morning, I'm supposed to be doing this. After having my long night of listening to that video that I made yesterday till I went to sleep over and over, I just had to give it to Lexi. This is our part of our Freedom of Information request. And we're trying to figure out what's going on with the housing program and things in Dolton. So don't worry. That's why my run's been going down. It's okay, because I'm not going to stop over asking those right questions. So if you guys don't want to just be entertained and y'all want to be hit with hit the like button, because that's what the hell we doing over here. Still focus on the issues. But I love you, girl, but you're not talking correctly to me, because if you have knowledge and inside working and connections to real estate, why are you not utilizing your resources for the residents too, the ones that you wanted to vote for you? If you were wholehearted, you would still just move forward and handle your handle. Like I told you, people in Dolton, a lot of them don't like me for some apparent reason. I don't fucking know why. But that didn't stop me from me making my content. It didn't stop me from pushing the agenda that Alexis Life Matter, that Dalton Police Department is effed up. There's a whole lot of shit. So don't do it for the likes, baby. Do it for the righteousness. That's what I'm saying. That's why I fucked with her, excuse me, I'm being honest, because she talked about God a lot when we talked. So I felt like she was coming with a different ammunition. It's different when people incorporate God within their life, their daily life. And I'm not a religious person. I literally live and eat and breathe the book. So people who resonate with me or who I found to be more closer to are the ones that talk that book. And that's what she was talking. And that's why I told y'all I have a love for her in a way so y'all can understand why. But I ain't about to play with you, Miss Cassandra. Get it together.
So you're going to have to ask your elected officials. Go to those meetings and ask them, what are they planning to do about the issues that you guys have? This is what your tax dollars is paying for. But you don't get to call my phone. You don't get to be blowing my phone up. Right. You don't get to be asking me, what is wrong with this? Then I had some people to call. Well, we saw that he put the sign up. We saw that he put his name up. Well, you got to ask him that, because I'm wondering how you put a sign up and you haven't even been sworn in as the mayor. But you're putting signs up saying that you're the mayor. You could die before you get sworn in.
Stop it. That's petty. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And no, he won't die. Let's not talk about that. Okay? Shut up. Stay focused, girl. Stay focused.
And as mayor. Like, you can't wait until you actually get sworn in and then start changing out the stuff. So ask them how much of your tax dollars paid for them new signs or whatever. These are questions that I don't have answers for. And I don't care to research and get answers for. You guys are going to have to ask your elected officials. Go to the meetings. Ask those questions. Address your concerns. Like these abandoned houses, the one house on my block. Now the grass is getting back taller than the house. Guess what? I used to go out there. I used to spend my money, my time and energy, cut the grass, keep those houses looking presentable so it's not such an eyesore to the block. But you all said you didn't want me as your mayor, so therefore you don't want my resources. So I will not spend money and time and energy cutting grass at empty houses and trying to keep these houses presentable. That is not my job. You guys are not paying me to do that. You're going to have to go to the meetings and have your elected officials take care of these problems. So no, I don't want to hear about y'all issues. I don't want to hear.
My baby salty, you extra salty. That ain't right, because you told me that you were going in your community helping elderly people cut their grass and do their thing way before this for hella years. So you telling me now that you stopped doing this just because they didn't vote for you. That's why God put a break on you, because you got to be genuine. Why you still not out there helping them? Why you not showing them that you are effective, you are efficient, putting together people or young people who can help them with these type of things? You already had it in motion, but now you just threw your hands up. You just threw your hands up. Stop it. Stop it. And I do think they have to do more than go to the meeting and ask questions. Fuck the questions. We've been asking questions for years that ain't being answered. You ask a question and you give a suggestion, just like Grace Levi do. And the only way you could come with suggestions if you got critical thinking and you have an understanding of the system that you're questioning. So if you have people who have questions, you should have an idea of how you want it to work or what may work. And that's what I think the Dolton trustees and House been kind of subliminally saying, like, y'all come up with some ideas, y'all, because it takes a community as well. And that's why you shouldn't back down. You should see, she ain't got no campaign manager. Shit, I don't even, me, I'm going to do my thing. And I have learned how to maneuver. This was a time that you were supposed to monetize on the fact that you're needed, that there are people still calling you for what you have been doing for them. And you can come together with them and address some of these problems and bring it to the board. Okay? Seriously. Am I off, y'all? And I know people wanted to hear me get into Cassandra, but I'm just going to just be real like I did the first time and real now. Like we over the hump, over the election. Now it's time to put the pedal to the metal and get this shit fixed. But you're not going to fix it if we are spiritually blinded and we socially blinded, not paying attention to the thing. And y'all scared. Residents still scared. Why y'all scared to talk to excuse me, Jason Howe and Kiana Belcher and them? Like, they're not, I don't give a damn if they were Michael Jackson. See, that's me. That's my problem. I see local celebrities. I have saw celebrities and I'll be like, what's up? They're like, hey, and I'll just keep it moving. I ain't like, oh my God. I remember I was working in the airport and I saw a Red Man and Method Man in Newark. I was like, yo, what's up? They like, hey. I'm like, y'all have a good day. They like, you too. That's it. Regular ass people. Shit. Ask some questions. If I had questions for Red and Method, like, Red, what's up? Like, you over there set tripping, right? But this is what I'm saying. People got this star-studded thing about them that people can't be asked questions or they held at a pedestal. Honor and respect is one thing. I do. I honor and respect my elders, but I was never afraid to ask my grandma questions. I'm like, I love you, grandma, but what is that? Y'all been taught wrong. I'm sorry. I'm asking the questions. She be like, shut up. I be like, no, grandma. What is that?
Care about any of that. I am not sitting in any of those positions. So listen, ask Jason House. Y'all voted him in. This is what you wanted. So these are questions and concern for Jason House. As I said, I went throughout the block. Now, some of the houses that the people sent me, and these are not any of the houses that I've already posted. There are more and more houses that are dilapidated. They're an eyesore to the blocks. It looks bad. I keep telling you all, Dalton is slowly but surely turning into Harvey. Then people are asking questions about the businesses. Well, you got to ask the trustees. You got to ask the new mayor. Why are you guys giving out Class 8? Why are you guys giving them tax breaks? These are questions that you have to ask your elected officials. As I had stated before, it makes no sense for businesses to come into the community and they're not paying their fair share of taxes or they're not paying into the pot. But it's okay for the residents to go to these businesses and patronize them and spend their money with them, but then they don't put money back into the pot. Now, a lot of these businesses, if they go into the white folks' neighborhoods, guess what they're going to be doing? They're going to be paying those taxes because those communities want that money coming back into those communities. But only in the black folks area, you allow all these people to come in. You give them Class 8s, you give them tax breaks. They're not paying into the system. Then folks are showing me their tax bill. I don't want to see your tax bill.
And that is what they was talking about, that Class 8. And I broke Class 8 down where it'll be over a series of 20 years that they will get like 10% taxes versus 10 years. They got to reapply. And then if they meet the criteria, which is the same, they get another 10 years. If not, they'll gradually go up to the amount that they're supposed to be charged. This is allegedly supposed to be an incentive on her, on the community for the business owners to come in, but there are hundreds of thousands of dollars that are being basically missing because you would get more money from a building like St. Patrick's than a house, a place that they're overvaluing, putting that stress on the residents, and they possibly lose it and can't even pay the $18,000 in tax, $15,000 in tax on 200. They like 20,000 square feet homes. Like, yo, over there inflating it. And he says, but who is really contacting her? That was something that I was questioning, but I do believe someone do contact her because y'all, they contact me. And I'm not a big content creator. You see what I'm saying? And they want me to say the things that they know they're gonna get attacked for. And I'll tell them, don't say nothing, just write down, take pictures, show me your camera stuff, and I will ease that content out by word. So I can't say that nobody did not contact her. That's why she's salty as all hell, because they are still afraid of of the elected official. And it's not like the elected officials are cursing them out, bullying them, but there's this subliminal cloak over Illinois when it comes to y'all elected officials. I shared a video on Dolton politics and amongst the people who I care about an old FBI story that came on YouTube where it was some deep ass corruption involving Chicago and a few other towns in the South Suburban where a wife was killed by the husband because she was about to sound a little crazy, but it's a real last story. They show a scene that was so freaking memorable where they were coming out of one of these towns in Cook County with boxes out of the government office. Swear to God, it looked just like Thornton and Dolton. So y'all didn't, this ain't new. That's what I'm saying. This ain't new, but it's the my thing is like, so if this happened over and over, and then y'all got a Brandon Johnson in Illinois, in Chicago too, right now, a lot of corrupted shit. It's not just the system. It's literally the people. I love you guys, but y'all remind me of the people in Nivea. You're letting the tone of your government spiritually blind you guys, and y'all fight to the death. Oh, don't talk about my Belcher. Well, that's my best friend. Like, girl, you never even fucking met her. I like Belcher, but damn, what the that's weird. And that cloak right there sets the tone in these areas. This is the residents. I'm being honest. Stop being fucking scary because they're doing some real corrupted shit. And I'm not talking about Dalton. I'm just talking about the story that I was telling you about. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that shit ain't no joke. Let's get deep. I ain't nobody my friend until proven friendship. I like you. You human. I got respect for you, but you got some wrong shit. I'm just know I didn't tell everything, y'all, because you gotta play the game right. That's how I survived just a little bit. Because if I really told everything, I really would have been knocked out of the box. There's so much more, but let's just stay focused on the facts, on the things that we can fix as the people instead of just the corruption. At least when you're fixing things on the outside, you're going to see the players who can't manipulate these systems no more. Someone is manipulating your housing market out there in Dolton. Someone's allowing over years. There's people over years that letting these properties become decapitated to the point that they're going to be demolished. What's going to happen? Then you need new investors because the residents is already taxed out, and then some of them are not even educated on alternative ways to go get the real estate. Like I teach. I gotta say that. Okay. So they locked out of loans. They can't get the land. They can't get the funds to build. That's why it was so shocking that St. Patrick's got all that fucking money to build. Like, yo, where did you? That's why I did a deep dive. Like, where did this bitch get all this money from? Like, that's not typical. She was a broker. There was some connections behind that shit. That's why I'm not even beat. I don't care what nobody say about St. Patrick's. Pretty is pretty. You could dance and you could take a drink and be overpaid for it. But bitch, wrong is wrong. Okay. And if the residents of Dalton are not benefiting from that directly, I don't give a damn. Let's be friends. I don't care. So that's another thing that got us hit up here on this page was the St. Patrick thing. They really touchy about that. But I say, why you so touchy about that when the Fed's watching the shit? So something going on with your infrastructure, with your houses out there, with them being sold and gentrified, and they being sold through tax liens. Okay. And as she say, you giving these big ass companies or these businesses set 8A classification, and they're paying just amount of taxes that the homeowners are suffering. I showed you guys in Dalton, Thornton, and when we did the budget, I got like 300 views. Y'all go back and watch that 225 on edit budget. Y'all taxes in Thornton in the general funds or general assistance funds is going to be $9 million. That went up from 6. So y'all being taxed $3 million for all of the bullshit that went on. They're trying to fix that deficit. That's what the fuck we really need to pay attention to. So we digging into what she's saying, fucking with her a little bit this morning, but we gotta remind her and the people that we got some shit to fix. The fight is not over. It's not over.
This is an issue with the county clerk. This is an issue with your elected officials. It is no longer my concern. I sleep good at night. I don't have that deficit over my head. I don't have to deal with nagging residents. I don't have to go to those meetings, hear all you all's complaints and issues. I just don't. When I sign on to do it, you all say, we don't want your services. So what do you expect me to do? I'm a resident just like you are. So I want to sit back and see what they are planning on doing as far as bringing this village out of debt, improving the village, getting rid of all these dilapidated houses, and building this community back up. So these are questions for your elected officials. Now, the only reason why I called about the dog, because I have a family, and they come in and out of the house, and I don't want to see the dog attacking any one of them. But when you see issues like this and whatnot, she don't get to come knock on my door. You call your elected officials. You go up to that damn village and you ask them questions. You ask them how are they going to rectify this situation and rectify this issue. But it's a poor piss community when you got the dispatcher telling us, well, we don't have enough officers. Yeah. And you know, they're busy dealing with other issues. And I shouldn't have to threaten them to the point that I got the news media on speed dial, because I do have all their numbers. And I could have had them out on the block less than 20 minutes or an hour or whatever.
She said, I could have made the block. It's hot. Well, if they did, why you ain't go all their platform and tell them your damn plan, girl? I'm fucking with you. She gonna be mad. Don't send me no text. You know I love you. You like, I still love you, baby girl. You know I'm telling the truth. Get it together, girl.
Whatever the case is. But I shouldn't have to threaten them with the news media in order for them to get an officer to come out and rectify a situation. Like, this is crazy. But this is the stuff you all keep doing. You keep voting in the same people and expecting a different result. And then you have the nerve to get an attitude when I say it's dumb, it's stupid, it's ignorant to keep recycling the same people. And then when I ask the question, what have they produced? You can't even give an answer. All you can say is, well, you know, they was fighting against Tiffany. You based your whole campaign on people hating Tiffany. And now when you talk to these residents, all they talk about is, well, they said Tiffany did this, Tiffany did that. Well, I'm saying to you, did you do your research? You keep asking me, why isn't Tiffany in jail? That's a question you ask Jason House. That's a question you ask Deanna Belcher. That's a question you ask Brittany Norwood. That's a question you ask Tammy Brown. That's a question you ask Dan Brown. That's a question.
No, that's a question you ask the damn feds. The reason why I think that she's not in jail because this is a network. This is a sick network. As we talked about the FBI file, that shit got deep. It was a cop involved that took the body, the white body. It went down. Okay, it went down. So it's a network that I think they're trying to put together the pieces, just like allegedly with the YSL trial. And I would pray that the FBI been watching my page and getting a lot of them damn pieces because we are literally fucking feeding you what these people are doing, like Craig Lee or the whole housing fraud thing. We show you a lot on the internet, and I'm talking to the feds. So if you put a RICO case together, please hurry the fuck up. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of bad actors. And everybody else who needs to get ready to change, flip, and, flip shit, y'all get ready. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people who you may like and love that did some dirt with Tiffany. It's a network. She didn't cut the checks herself. Somebody cut them damn checks. And like an example, if my mother was HR, like the lady who didn't tell the people, the administrator that didn't tell the trustees about the insurance for months that we just found out. If that was my mama would have been lost her damn job because she not like me, a rebel as fast as me, but she wouldn't do that shit. She wouldn't hold insurance information away from important, from the facility. She wouldn't cut checks and sign that motherfucker. She like, nah, we don't mess with it at all. So it's a moral compass that each person involved in these situations need to have, and they don't. That's why Tiffany's not locked up yet, because I believe there's more people going to go to fuck down with her, excuse my language. We got 7 more minutes of this. Let me let this play out. Thank you for being here with Grace Levi. And I want to say this. You're 100% right, Laura. Now it says, we understand there is entire channels devoted to taking down the new administration. Now, I don't know because I have distanced myself from everybody. And that's probably why my views went down too. I literally blocked a lot of content creators that was just too messy and it was popping in my algorithm too much. I couldn't function. I unblocked some of them, but I did that. So I don't know who's actually set against this new administration. There's a few people who I would assume because they make content that people are not comfortable with. But at the end of the day, it's on both sides. They were doing that, buying payola. You know what I'm saying? Just bullshit. Look how many people in the bushes, they listen, just not supporting because they are part of the chaos. And I believe you. Thank you, Laura, for calling that out, because I've been calling that out for weeks. Like, you have people who will watch me and never make any comments because they're literally in the bushes ready to take something back to their content creators or whatever. And we're all adults, and they still can't realize what my agenda is. They still can't realize that I'm literally massive human more than them. For real, because I care about you guys. I care about Dolton, even though y'all don't give a damn about me, the people who in the bushes that want to see me fall. I'm doing this for free. Broke is all fuck. Let me stop saying that. I'm not broke. I'm prosperous in God. Y'all know I've been going through a transition, and shout out to my resident, I'm not family member in the one of the uploads, and I have to say this. I have to say I love you and thank you, because they looked at the video upload and they was like, Grace, what's wrong? Like your aura, and it's been heavy. On top of trying to get people to pay attention to my content, because the content is facts-based and it's for the residents, and dealing with the heartache that I feel towards Alexis and mom, and just sitting there and waiting and being disregarded by the administration and trying to be ignored by the people. It really hurts, but I know they're watching. They're in the bushes, like he said, and they're taking back a lot of the shit that we talk about here. So, as they say, when you do throw a pebble in the ocean, it makes a little ripple. I'm that pebble, and that bitch is going to turn into a whole tsunami. I'm sorry, y'all. I love you. Hit the like button. Hit it. It's early as hell. I'm sorry. I have to laugh, y'all. It's been heavy over here. Let's finish listening to my favorite auntie over here go off.
Question you asked Andrew Holmes. I am not in that position. I don't have the answers. They have the answers. They created this fight. They created this narrative. I'm going to go even further. Ask the YouTubers that convinced you all to vote for Clean House 2025. You guys listened to all that foolishness. You bought into that narrative. Now you dealing with a situation, and now you want answers.
She hurt. Baby, you butt hurt with these YouTubers. I told you that they was gonna be monsters. I want her to. She like the YouTubers voted for him. They can't vote, girl. They don't live out there. Not all of them. Trina showing up didn't vote for them. She said I'm Republican. I forgot what she said. But girl, your butt hurt. I know. I told you these motherfuckers was gonna be monsters out here to get ready. And then you went to war. But she came back swinging. Y'all thought y'all was just gonna run her amok. She ain't scared. That's why I think she Haitian. I be looking at her face, and her face be like this. She beautiful. Her face be like, yo, she mommy and my grandma. Why the hell her face so mean? I think she Haitian. That's why Danash did with her. Y'all know Danash Haitian. We revolutionary. Remember who found Chicago? Let us work. We got a hard exterior, probably hard to swallow, but baby, we good for you, like an onion.
Well, you got a meeting coming up. Go to the meetings, raise hell, and ask those questions. Those are questions, once again, and I'm gonna keep saying it for your elected officials. I am no longer in this fight. I no longer care to be in the fight. Because when I was in the fight, you said you did not want me as your mayor. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm sorry that you guys are going through what you are going through. You know, at the end of the day, my house is paid for. I made sure my house was paid for years ago. A lot of you all, you still got mortgages. You got these high taxes. And even for some of these seniors.
You got taxes too. Girl, don't be acting like you're not in the boat with us. Stop it. And that's where you lost me too. Because what y'all felt, I love you, Miss Cassandra, but you have the aura of my mother as well, where you think that you're better than people, and it shines through you, and it's disgusting. And I tried to hide it, and not say it. It's not good. You're not better than nobody, no matter what material object you got or how far you've been or what place you've been. You are a human being, and you could be knocked the fuck down. Now, you done made me have a flashback, because I don't like that. Oh, my shit is paid for, and I be talking. No, shut that shit up. You got $16,000 in taxes too, girl. The fuck? Don't do that.
Some of these seniors' tax bill went up because they are on fixed incomes. A lot of them are retired. They don't have extra money coming in. A lot of them have illnesses. They can't go get a part-time job to help offset that bill. So I don't know what to tell you. So listen, get at that meeting. Get in Mr. House's ass. He wanted to be the mayor so bad. They created this narrative. They created this drama. So guess what? Let them give you answers. Because at this point, it ain't my problem. Now, I'm sorry about the dogs running around. I'm sorry about the dilapidated houses. I'm sorry about businesses not coming in. I'm sorry about all that. But I tried to get in the fight and help you all. You all didn't want the help, so I don't know what to tell you. But you don't get to call me and ask me to help solve a problem when I tried to help solve the problem and you chose someone else. And I don't give a flying with anybody that says, listen, honey, I'm not salty. I'm not any of that. I woke up the next day like, you know what? God is good. I don't have this issue to deal with.
This is not live, and it's funny. I didn't watch it. I said, she's salty. I'm telling you, I'm not salty. I love you, girl.
This is no longer my problem. I offered to help. So no, I'm busy doing me, baby. I'm busy making my money doing what I do. At the end of the day, my house is paid for. It's paid for. I don't have that problem. I just worry about my taxes, and that's that. So I feel sorry for the people that has a mortgage. You got insurance, you got taxes, you got all this stuff coming at you, and it's no joke when your bill is going up anywhere from $300 to $600 more a month, and you don't have that extra income coming in, and it's, it ain't nobody just easily going out here hiring 40, 50s, and 60-year-olds, just giving them part-time jobs like that. It's not that easy out here. So I don't know what to tell you all. Call it Thornton Township, hell, call Napoleon, call them other trustees, call all the people that was in the clique, call them and see if they could help you or give you some assistance. That's what the township is for. See if you can get some assistance. I don't know what to tell you, but that ain't no longer my problem. It's no longer my issue. Yeah.
We got 2 more minutes of this.
That's all I wanted to share with you all. So for those of you dying for more content, and let me say this. I am not giving anyone permission to use my video to make it.
Well, you don't got no choice, baby. It's public information, and this for information and educational purposes only. I love you, Miss Cassandra, but yeah, we're going to use this. We're going to talk about it just the same way I use other people's stuff. Like yesterday, I presented some issues with a resident against Officer Hopson. And we're gonna present your issues as well. And we're gonna talk about it. If you don't want it to be in public on Facebook, then make it private for smaller groups. Okay? Yes, I don't give a damn about that statement. I'm just letting you know today. I know the law, and you done fucked up by putting it on public. So stop it. Stop the bullshit. Now, I will say this. I told you guys the reason why I'm live today is because usually what I do is just post in my community page and then people will see it and they'll run and make a video on it. So today I was like, fuck it. I woke up to this mess. Let me just do the video instead of letting everybody else get it. Maybe I'll get the people in the fucking bushes to come out like Miss Lawrence said. Thank you for highlighting that. I love the fact that you're calling them out. That's what Grace Levi do. And once we call you out, don't mean that we don't love you and you can't be part of the family. But bitch, you in the bushes. You waiting to see Grace Levi fell. You don't even give a damn about nothing else. Just see what the fuck she said. Yup, I said it. I get on everybody, and I told you I got love for her. And I'm still riding her ass like a donkey this morning. I had to, baby. You know I don't want to make content just cause I try to evaluate it, but you tripping. You tripping. You talking out of two sides of your mouth, and I think you could utilize your resources and your history much better, like I believe Danash is gonna do. Okay.
Look like I've done an interview with you because I have not done an interview with you. So I'm just putting that out there. And if I see it, we're going to have a problem. But anyway, at the end of the day, I'm on my way to go make my money, doing what it is that I do. And you all have a good day. But residents, listen, hold your elected officials accountable. You guys got to stop voting for these people. And then it's nothing. Everybody making all these promises, and then it's nothing. It's back at the same. It's the same thing over and over. So y'all listen to all this YouTube stuff. You listen to these YouTubers. You let them help sway your vote. And guess what? A lot of these people that you all listen to, they don't fucking live here. They don't have to deal with what it is that you have to deal with. So now that the dust is settled, you still living here, and you have to deal with it. So call the YouTubers. Call your elected officials. I don't know what to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but this is what people are dealing with. Now that the dust is settled, reality has kicked in. And now they want to know, what are they going to do? Hell, go find them at the bar that they be hanging out and drinking with. Go have a drink with them and ask them the questions. If you can't make the meeting, hell, meet them at the bar. I don't know what to tell you. But y'all, listen, you cannot be calling my phone. You cannot be, sending me questions and what about this and what are we gonna do about this and what are we gonna do about that.
I believe they do be at the bar because those Freemasons and those, they be at like elk lodges and shit having parties a lot. She said meet the motherfuckers at the bar.
Are you willing to still continue to fight for us? No, I am not. You don't get to not vote for me and then still expect me to fight for you. Y'all crazy. What's wrong with y'all? I'm not doing that. No. You're going to let your elected officials fight for you. You're going to let the people you voted for fight for you because that's what you voted for. So
I got to put
the clothes on, get to those meetings, or hell, whatever the name of that bar is that they all like to go to and drink, show up at the bar, hell, have a drink with them and ask them those questions. But I don't know what to tell you. So, and I'm at peace over here. And this is all I got to say about this, and this is all I'm going to say. Now, if I decide to make videos about the other houses,
she scrambled, and I'm gonna leave it like that right there because she's starting to go on. You only got what, 1 more second?
Then I'll do it at my own leisure, but it's not a mandate. I'm not concerned with that.
Look at that.
My life has continued and going on, and I'm busy doing what it is that I'm doing. So I don't know what to tell y'all.
All right, we're gonna start right there. So this is my message to Miss Cassandra. One, you already know I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. So whatever you trying to do with not showing your stuff, do whatever you need to do. You know I love you, girl, whatever. And I'm going to let you know, I don't know where that came from with interviews, but I will let y'all know that we did not do a formal interview. When I first talked to Miss Cassandra, because I don't know if that's to me or whatever that may be, but I love you, girl. I don't give a damn. We talked on the phone for hours, and this is a one-state recorder. And I'm going to tell you now, if I don't know you, I'm going to record that ass. Because y'all, a lot of people been in the bushes, and they come to me to try to get me information from me or have me talk about content creators. Yeah, I know you guys. Y'all know y'all thought that I was just green because I was so nice to you guys talking about the Bible. But y'all asses came here to give more information. So I record a lot of shit. Okay, except for my favorites. Y'all, don't worry, I don't record y'all. We just talk shit. But the ones who I'm questioning about, so our first was recorded, and there was a lot of reckless shit that she said, and I did not share that with you guys. I did not. I had all right to share it because this is a one-state recorder. I literally talked to my favorite resident after she went on to Jedediah's platform because we had just talked when she did that to set up the interview and make sure I had the recording just to have the recording. You see what I'm saying? Because that's usually what I do. Even when I had my first interview with Miss Carver, we that was recorded. I don't. If I say you're coming to my studio, bitch, just record it. Remember that, and y'all can have a copy of it. So I don't know if that was towards me, but what ended up happening that night, like I mentioned to you guys, I felt the way because she just jumped on Jedediah Live. Now, I did not think that she made a formal appointment with him or anything, or he took the interview from me or whatever. I just saw that she was emotionally live out and she just jumped on somebody's shit. I talked to my favorite resident and she tried to basically like, yo, keep your eye on her. That's weird. Why would she do that? I was like, damn, that was fucked up because it's hard for me to get an interview because people want to put me on the blackball list, but it's straight. We just gonna run with it. So I said, now she's gonna still do the interview with me. I texted and I let her know, hey, there's bits and part of the interview that I'm gonna release. She was like, cool. And then after a while, when we talked in that same day, she was like, well, you got your interview already, and this, that, and third. People gonna have to pay me. That it like totally flipped on me. Totally flipped on me. And I'm telling you guys, after she flipped on me, I still had love and respect for totally flipped on me. I was like, whoa, okay. And then she kept addressing me as a content creator, this, that, and the third. And I had to define myself like, yo, that's why I'm funny with this content creator shit because they teach content creators like dogs. Like that's a derogatory word. I'm a professional nurse. Like that's my background and mother and all types of shit. So I'm not trying to fall into this whatever derogatory term you're making this. You're only a content creator. So I had to really divulge to her, and I'm telling you what I did. My background, my credentials, who I am, my page lets you know I'm a human being. I am not just a content creator. And I let her know the reason why I'm doing what I had got so stuck into Dolton is because of the Alexis situation. I pray every night that I could just move forward because a lot of people in Dolton don't appreciate me. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't care that I barely eating or whatever, or I'm stressing. They don't give a damn, and I'm still making content for them. Every day I'll be like, yo, fuck these people, just like Jonah. But God tell me no. Go and do what you need to do. We have a plan, and the plan is to get Alexis justice and help to fix some things because I have a knowledge base and a drive to do so. But what that goes to say, she flipped on me, did not do the interview, and said the content that I had was the interview. And I'm like, cool. Now, mind you, I have more dirt in that interview where she talks about her interactions with trustees, things about personal things in her church, all types of shit. And I did not share that. I could share it. I still have the clips and I will not. I have a lot of shit that I can share on people. So remember that I'm fucking human, that I'm not a content creator and I do pick and choose because I am honorable. So that is the situation in totality with the interview thing. So I don't know if she was throwing that out or whatever, but baby, I ain't never fucking scared. So if you that's to me, you better send me a cease and desist. I'm not a damn content creator. I'm a legal nursing consultant and I don't fucking play. Now I'm showing this is because some of the things that she was talking about is important, but it did show that you are a little bit bitter. And if you did want to be there for the community that you actually live in flipping houses, it does not make fucking sense. Excuse my language, that you would say it has nothing to do with you. It does have something to do with you. The property value goes down or up, is inflated, and is looking like crap, and nobody's gonna buy your property. That falls on you. The market is slowly but surely crashing. Talk to my favorite neighbor, my favorite resident. We literally in real estate from two different sectors, and shit is real. So I don't know what you over there feeling, but I really do believe that this was your time to come back and just utilize or monetize off of this if people were actually coming to you for help. You could have used this a better way. But again, you let bitter Susie come in and do this fucking shit. And then also you just running off with your mouth like diarrhea. Y'all heard my favorite pastor say like gonorrhea, just running off. You're not thinking about what the fuck you're saying. So you can say what you want, but I don't know what that blow was. But if it was towards me, baby, you know how I am. Come and get me, because me and you pretty much strong. And I don't want it like that. What I want you to do is utilize your resources correctly. The relationship that you have with adults and residents that feel comfortable with you and not talk to administration, use that. Build yourself up. Build them up. But you're mad because you didn't get a fucking vote in the system that's already corrupted, that your hands would be fucking tied. I love to be an activist advocate or whatever this is. I'm free. Probably not the richest motherfucker, but I'm free. So all of that. Did I say enough, y'all? Did I say enough? I didn't know I was gonna say the rest of that because towards the end she kind of hit my heart because I don't know if that was towards me, but I still got mad love for you. You remind me of my mama, but I don't fuck with my mama. I don't talk to her because this is exactly why she has this behavior, a prima donna, and I don't like people who are superficial, who put value over items than over people. So if I could cut my own mama off with the, do you think I'm gonna do with you? I'm not beat. So with that goes to say I love you guys. We will be following up. I have a few topics. Hopefully I'll get the rest of the information about what's going on with Dalton roofing program, getting the proof behind it. Quigley get paid. Now we do got the proof on this paper that he got under $25,000. For the people that did not see, I do have a secret squirrel document that I found, and I was able to prove that the Dalton officers get paid over $100,000 in 2023. Now, with this document right here, it shows. If y'all remember, go look at the video that I did on Alexi Pool yesterday. I fell asleep to it, y'all. I woke up with dry tears on my face. I was like, yo, you was crying? I think it's because I was listening to it. DeMarcus Quigley got paid under $25,000. So I'm waiting for you, Dalton, to send me my request because I did make another request asking, this is a formal request information about Kimberly Alliston. Oh, I did Kimberly Alliston. They lied and said that they don't have a Kimberly Alliston. I have, here we go. So y'all know I'm about to send this back. This when I get off the phone with y'all, I'm about to get into my freedom of information request and get on them. I love you, Dalton, but y'all know I'm on y'all because y'all say Alliston don't work for y'all. There we go. As well as DeMarcus got money. So I'm asking directly because I asked for contractors of the roofing and housing program and his business did not fall under there. But I want to see what DeMarcus got paid. So we got a lot in store for you guys. Hit the like, come out the fucking bushes and stop being afraid. Real is real. People like me gonna get you by. You're gonna see that when your voice is controlled, your spirit is controlled too, baby. And all we trying to do is set motherfuckers free. So this is for my residents in Dolton. This is our theme song. Let's go on this note.
Hey, everybody clap your hands. They not like us. I took a pocket to pull. Hey, they not like us. I took a pocket to pay. Take it for hey. You a rapper, young whippersnapper. You ain't been through nothing. Have you ever had to leave the studio? Cause your sugar got low. I got gout in my pinky toe. Hey, did you hear what I said?